Are we headed for a modern day depression? Hey everybody, Scott Walters, welcome to the show. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's red hot topic, let me politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought and hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It's very important to stay close to the channel in these very tricky times. I almost laugh at myself as I get through our intro because serious times, tricky times is the understatement of the century, friends. We overheated the biggest asset class and economy in the world. It is at massive crash risk. As a licensed real estate agent, protecting as many people as possible right now who saw the euphoria unfold to the points where even with somebody with financial gain felt the need to ring the bell, sound the alarm, and let people know this thing will not sustain itself. The dust will settle. There will be blowback, and we will, in fact, pay the piper in magnificent fashion. I mean, these are the realities of the waters we're swimming in now. We'll also hear from our good friends and channel partners, Noble Gold, great company, doing great things as well. But the thing is, friends, I mean, we have to understand three levels of an economic downturn: correction, recession, depression. That's it. Everything else can get thrown out the window. I always say it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this one out. We really need to get in front of this right now. We need a heat map and temperature check everything we can. Now, you and me possibly lived through the Great Recession, the 2008 financial crisis, but you or I did not live through the Great Depression. We got a big one to unpackage today. For me, I almost shock myself because, like I said, hey everybody, quick break from the show. I would never suggest anybody do anything that I'm not doing or willing to do myself. I own gold and I believe you should as well. Let's hear why. The US dollar has lost 85% of its value since the 70s when the dollar decoupled from gold, and the government seems bent on continuing the tradition. From now until the next election, the government can print as much money as they want. The last time they did that, inflation went up 9%. Gold is the one asset that's proven to withstand inflation. Invest in gold with Noble Gold Investments. You'll also get a 24-karat quarter-ounce gold standard coin for free. Hurry and go to noblegoldinvestments.com or visit the link in the description of this video or pinned comment. Or simply call 877-646-5347. A big thank you to channel partner Noble Gold. Always be careful in investing. There's going to be risk. Now, let's get back to today's video. There's those times in life where you know. Nobody has a crystal ball. It now becomes the percentage of likelihood. Who can you trust? Definitely can't trust anybody that works in the real estate industry because their training relies on cheerleading to get you to not buy next week, next month, next year, today. They want you to buy today. Why? Because they base their cost of living on euphoric stimulus era income that is now all but gone. I continue to talk to lenders and real estate agents alike. In bad shape, friends, dropping out. Some of them are prepared, not very many. And they're panicking right now. I don't know how else to communicate this to you. But today, I really want to talk about the percentage of likelihood and some of the similarities that we're seeing now that's in fact indicating another Great Depression could be knocking at the door. I've never lived through that. I really don't want to. I really want to be wrong. But today, we're going to talk about a few things that in fact are pointing to another Great Depression, as if we really needed much to point to. I mean, my gosh, throw a dart at an economic challenge map, you're hitting something threatening us as we speak. But we got some biggies, political, social, and financial elephants in the room that we have to look at right now today, my friends. So the Great Depression, 1929. One of the things that we saw that I kind of see right now is before the Great Depression, not everybody owned an automobile. And then all of a sudden, almost every house in America was able to put an automobile in the driveway. What are we seeing today that kind of rhymes with that? EV. EV is now doing exactly what the automobile did in the Great Depression, where people now we have more and more EVs popping up into almost every driveway. And the alarming part about this one, for me, my friends, charging stations. I continue to see people rely on charging stations, don't even have the ability to charge it at their residence. themselves. They have to go find a charging station, and they're still buying these cars on financing and payments. We're going to see a lot of Teslas going through repos. Mark my words on that one. What else do we see? Well, we saw in the Great Depression, televisions. You had radios in most homes in the Depression era. Then televisions came along, and their goal of the television companies to put a television in every home. What do we have now? Well, we have a television in every room for sure, but we also have smartphones. Smartphones now are in everybody's hands. Similar like we saw televisions emerge to every household in America, everybody now has a smartphone in their hands, and it gets better or worse, depending on how you're looking at it. What I'm seeing, and I know you are too, in fact, we got to get the camera outside and probably start documenting some of this stuff. Most people now we had people addicted to television shows. My dear old mom still watches the television like a bloodhound. But the realities are now, our digital diet is insane. We're all addicted to our screens. We don't even know how to function, a lot of us, in a social climate anymore. And even if we're in a social setting, we're still pulling out our phone. And I contend with my own kids all the time. I got to contend with their phone to get some quality time with them. Restaurants. I look at restaurants. I look at people walking down the street. I look at people stopped at a stoplight in traffic. They can't get off their phones. In the Great Depression, we put televisions in every household. In the modern depression, we put screens in everybody's hands. But the biggest one for me that tells me, in fact, we are going to have another depressionary level of a downturn is the depression cycle. Approximately every 100 years throughout history, we've had a depression era. Every 100 years, we've had a depression cycle throughout history, and guess where we're at now? The 100-year cycle is knocking on the door again. It's like clockwork. Recessions have cycled throughout time like clockwork. Approximately every 100 years, and that one alone, my friends, is telling me, yes, in fact, we are now living in another depression era. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understand the headwinds that we're now contending with are pretty significant, much more significant than what I personally saw in 2008. 2008 might make this one look like a warm-up. I try not to give too much advice unless I'm helping you buy or sell real estate and have your head on straight. But one of the things that I'm doing is insulating myself. It's better to be prepared for something, have it not happen, than have something happen and not be prepared. Either way, you win. You'll be able to navigate this thing much more efficiently if you halfway expect it. I would not rule it out. In fact, the percentage of likelihood continues to grow. I'm going to continue to blow the lid off it, heat map, temperature check it every step of the way, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.